G'day folks, and welcome to Grormo's Shed. What we're looking at today is some minor improvements to this old Barclay Shunter, and as you probably know, these Barclay Shunters when they came out probably in the late 1980s and early 1990s were based on the Hornby Smoky Joe chassis, and if you look closely underneath this one, you've still got the valve system up the back of it here, where the provision was made for Smoky Joe to be fitted in there. But anyway, we'll have a closer look at it in a moment. But I was given this locomotive, and there's a couple of things about it that sort of were a little bit annoying, in that the fact that it was very light, and secondly that it was a little bit on the wide side. So we'll go through what I did to it just to improve it a bit. Now, one of the first things I did was have a look at the sides of the locomotive chassis here, where these steps are front and back, and actually along the length of the chassis there on both sides. And that was one part that I felt that I could remove a bit of the metal from and reduce the overall width of the locomotive without destroying the look of it. So I stripped the locomotive down, took the motor out and everything, so I got down to the chassis, and I squared it up on my faceplate sander and actually took a considerable amount off, but obviously not enough to sort of ruin the steps and all that sort of thing. And it's improved the clearances on my railway. I mean, on most railways it's probably okay, but on mine it was touching in a couple of places. So what I've done is just taken a bit off it, and that's made the difference. And of course painted up once it's finished, because it's gone, the sanding took all the paint off, and we were left with silver metal there, so it was repainted and sorted out. Now, the motor was running pretty well. The pickups were cleaned, the wheels were cleaned obviously, and everything was looked at to make sure that it would run properly. And talking of running properly, what this thing really needs is extra weight, and because of the shape of the body, it's quite easy to fit it in. Now, the locating lugs on the cabin and the body have fallen off. Well, some of them have anyway, so this will just lift off it for the moment. But you can see that I've added some steel plates here. I've added those on for weight behind the back axle there. And on this one, when I remove the engine cover, you can see that nothing's really changed. The spring that actually holds the motor in place, which is usually sticks up quite a bit, I modified it slightly, and it was affecting the fitting of the body, so I've trimmed that down, but otherwise nothing here has changed. All the gears were lubricated. Now, to get additional weight onto the front of the body here and over the top of the motor and the driving wheels, I've actually added some weights into the body itself. Now, these are big solid brass nuts that I just happen to have. Well, they're not actually even nuts. I don't know what they were intended for originally, but they've got some weight to them, so they were added in front and back, and I've just got a little piece of steel in between, so that's added considerably to the weight of the locomotive. And what it will do now is it will pull a 5-coach train on the flat. I haven't tried it up an incline yet, but I'm not sure how it would go. We might even try that later, but we'll see. And the other thing is, as well, the couplings were changed. This locomotive had the big D-shaped couplings on the back, so they were removed. And it's actually quite easy to fit the small backmans into the recess that's left from the old coupling, and it's actually at the right height. So it's the same front and back. You just need to drill a hole here and fit a screw in to locate the new coupling. And the new coupling was trimmed down slightly on the ends here, and I just wanted to get a nice fit in there, but it was relatively easy to do. And I've taken the coupling hooks out just to make shunting a little bit easier. So that's pretty much the story of it, folks. And all I can do now is just show you it running. It's not 100% smooth off the mark, but that's to do with the gears and the way they're set up. and it's a very fast motor that comes with this thing. I think they used to use them in slot cars, so it literally takes off like a scalded cat if you give it plenty of power, and runs at very non-prototypical speeds. But with a reasonably good controller you can get some good slow running out of it. Now we'll try it with the 5-coach train, folks, and see how it goes up to Bamford. It starts out at a 1 in 70 incline and then goes up to 1 in 90 and then flattens out and does another 1 in 70 to finally get up to Bamford. So we'll see. Give it a bit more power. So this is the 1 in 70 at the moment. The crunch will come when it gets to the curve at the top here. If it's going to start spinning, that's where it will be. So far so good. Still on 1 in 70. And then we'll flatten out on the bridge here. Then we go up a 1 in 90. And we'll catch it coming into Little Bardfield. Yeah, I think it's going to be fine, folks. Going to go through here and then out into the back room, and I'm not quick enough to get around there to catch this. And we'll go and wait for it to arrive. Just give it a bit more power. I can still hear it moving, which is a good sign. It's got to do, what would it be, 360-degree loop out there whilst climbing. I can still hear it coming. Yep, it's going to make it. Here we go. Easy. Now we'll do the run around and we'll send it back again. Yeah, there's no soft start with this loco, folks. It's either stop or go. Now we'll just connect up. I'll have to change the points manually there. Here we go again. Right, we're on our way. Of course it's easy because it's all downhill. Well folks, it's not going to be one of the great locos. It's certainly one of the fastest ones though. So I'll leave you with it. See ya. Grormo.